Welcome, everybody. I don't know how this might save my voice. Yes. Very good to see you. It's a little after 7, and this is the town hall where it's a nonpartisan town hall where we're here to express, all are here to express their thoughts about what is happening in our politics and in our country. And we will do this very sort of offhand. We'll draw your names out of that bag here, and I will either read your question, or if you would like to, you can come up and say your name and read your question yourself. Since we do not have Mr. Fry here, he's not playing. Oh, that's great. Good question. That's what I like. Where's the baseball? Anyway, we have a short video that proves to you that he was invited. I think I'll let them run that little video right now. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Tom Thomas. I've lived here in Polygon for 35 years, and I started coming here when I was 10 years old. So that's a long time ago. I think I'll read this to you. It's too far away. This is a hand-delivered invitation delivered to Russell Fry on Monday, 10th of March, also sent by certified mail. And it's read to his office staff in Socastee and in Washington. We triple checked, and there's nothing on his calendar. But he did not come, and he said he was occupied, and he is at a baseball game. But that's okay. You know, we are filming this. We can send the film to his office, and that way he will see all the questions, hear all of you talk. And I think this might be a better way of doing things than I've ever done in the past. I've called Lindsey Graham several times, especially back when we had the big crash in 2007, 2008, and asked about funding for small businesses. All I ever got was a form letter. So I think this might be better. You can, at least they will, if they read them or hear them, at least they've gotten them. But we never know when we call or write a letter to what happens. Okay, is there anything more you need to know about that? Oh, this is the film.
Okay, so we have placed our invitation in this envelope.
We have several, yeah.
And we are going to go drop it off at Russell's office.
Is this Genesis right now? That's Genesis right there. He delivered the letter. If I have anything else I wanted to bring up, nonpartisan. Okay, now we're just going to actually read your questions, but it's going to be, think of this as a conversation amongst patriots, constituents, citizens of America. Okay? Now I'm going to draw the first name out of the hat. Hat. It's a bang. Nancy Lau. Okay.
Hi, my name is Nancy Lau. I live in Georgetown. I grew up in Georgetown. I raised 3 children in Georgetown. I'm not being paid to be here. It's not my sin. My cousin's Billy died of childhood leukemia when he was about 4. If he'd been born today, chances are he would have lived. Childhood leukemia is a treatable disease now. Because of all the medical research that's been done since Billy died. He died in the early 60s. Here in South Carolina, we're 5th in the nation for the percentage of the population that has diabetes. I have many friends with diabetes. Y'all have friends with diabetes? Yes. They have had some severe challenges. Blindness, amputations, dialysis, kidney transplants, and even death. Some progress has been made on diabetes treatment. because of the research that's been done. But I heard that, Health and Human Services Director Kennedy has cut diabetes research, which surprised me. And, so my question for Representative Fry is, what can you do to make sure that the diabetes research continues, especially in South Carolina? I mean, we have so much diabetes. So, that's my question to Representative Fry. How can he help us, to make sure that diabetes research continues?
That's fine. How about Lynn Hands?
Right here. Okay, I'm gonna give it a go. Representative Frost. You've earned a bachelor's degree and a law degree. You've received service awards and practiced law before entering public service. I know you are an intelligent person. Your credentials reveal your capabilities. And those of us in the audience tonight, whether we attended public school, private school, or the school of hard knocks, we are also intelligent people. In fact, we want to unite as Americans who love our country, to strive for the common good, and to maintain our strong leadership in the world. We want the same things you want. So tonight, for the sake of unity in America, please respond in our common language with intelligence and goodwill to explain how your position on Donald Trump's policies makes sense. How do Donald Trump's tariffs help the American people who have to pay for them? How does Donald Trump's chaos ensure American security in the present and help us prepare for the future? How do his reversals, inconsistencies, and acts of sabotage inspire other nations to trust us and work with us? Representative Fry, here tonight, we want honesty and truth. We want sound, logical thinking, factual evidence, and clear, unambiguous comments. We do not want platitudes. We do not want weasel words. No long-winded word salads that avoid the question and lay blame on others. No intrigues. Convicted felon with a reputation for lying and cheating his way through life. Please, Representative Fry, Donald Trump doesn't make sense to me. As his supporter, we want to hear you make sense of Donald Trump.
It's not fine, but all you had to read it. How do you protect constitutional rights like free speech, due process, and privacy in your legislative work? What your recommend for executive overreach regarding those policies, violations, etc. And Social Security, all these things in your packet. Sharon Patchett.
I don't know if most of you realize, but South Carolina is the top 15 states for receiving funds from the federal government for Medicaid. So, my question to Mr. Fry is, how do you justify the massive Medicaid cuts that are proposed? Do you support taking out grandmothers out of their nursing homes? Do you support parents filing bankruptcy because they can't pay for the medical expenses for disabled children? Having the state pick up the expense of Medicaid is going to be passed to you in the form of taxes. So, Mr. Fry, how do you respond to this?
Another one is not signed, so you have to read. You can pretend you're Tom Fox. When will Congress begin to do their duty to manage the budget and ensure that expenditures already passed are spent? Okay, Bev, now I'm going to mispronounce your last name. Betsy. Betsy. Sorry.
Hello, Mr. Fry. I'm so happy to have the opportunity to talk with you. Videos at the end. Our civil servants actually serve our citizens. And I just wondered why our police and others indiscriminately cutting jobs from those people who serve all the people who have experience, years of experience, dedication. Many of them, most of them, I imagine, are somewhat non-partisan because they have to be. And I trust most of them to do a good job. I can't say that about the current administration. Maybe something people that are appointed by the president who actually qualify for the job. Why would you vote for people to run our country who are unqualified? And last but not least, these people that you're cutting, the civil servants, we have paid them to do jobs, we have investments in the projects they're working on, and when those projects just dropped, not only do we not get served, but we wasted all the money we spent.
Penny Brown. Oh, good.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Russell Fry. Couldn't make it to the baseball game, but I decided to come here instead. President Trump said that his tariffs will bring back jobs and make America great again. He said we will feel pain in the meantime, My questions are, will those tariffs work?
No.
And if they do, how will the tariffs work? And how long will we feel pain? As a former athlete, I understand no pain, no gain. But I knew the exact dates when our season started and the exact date when it ended. So I just want to make another comment too. My father is a 30-year veteran.
Yeah.
He retired. And my family and I, we are caregivers for him. And most of his benefits, if not all of his benefits, are taken from the VA. He gets supported by the VA. And I will be very upset if any of the VA benefits are cut for any veteran. Not only my father, but any veteran. I don't know if there are any veterans in the room. And Wilson Fry, if you vote for any bill that cuts Medicare, Medicaid, veterans benefits, children's benefits, you will not have a job in Congress.
Deborah Carter.
Good evening, everyone. I just have one simple question, one that I ask each and every day that I call our elected officials. And Mr. Fry, this question is the one that I ask you almost daily. And that would be, why have you abdicated your responsibilities, your power, and your duties to the American people by not doing what you're supposed to do according to your sworn oath to uphold the United States Constitution and defend and support
Here's a short one. It's not signed, so I'll read. Mr. Fry. What are you doing to ensure Medicaid and Social Security doesn't go on the chopping block? If so, how will you support your constituents? I think a lot of people are that. Another non-signed one, but I'll be happy to read this. Listen. Given the budget bill, which is moving through Congress currently, how are you going to protect Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid? Good thing you all have good handwriting. This is another unsigned one. I am aware that this is ancient history for some, but I believe it to be important to our current events and situation. Please articulate in detail your beliefs about South Carolina being the first state to secede from the Union in 1860. Are you proud of South Carolina for this? Mr. Fry was elected to replace it does have a name. Good. Tom Tom the Tree. Tim the Tree. Tim the Tree. I met him earlier. I know he's Tim McBride, and we got to meet. I will attempt to read him first. And there's more than one question. Who was paid to be here?
No one.
Who voted for me? Mr. Fry. Who voted for Mr. Fred?
I voted for Fry. I voted for
Right.
I voted for Fry. And Donald Trump.
Congratulations. Let's go on.
I'm proud of our country.
Let's give it to Mr. Fry.
I got a question. Why do we
With that. That's not what this is about. That's not what this is about. Did you know, as a South Carolina congressperson, he missed over 40% of the votes? He was picked to run for Congress. Sorry, I can't read this list. Oh yes, he was picked over Tom Rice, purely for political reasons. And that's probably very hard. Who have I got? Okay. How can you support an administration who is instructing the Supreme Court's order to return Mr. Alberto Garcia? Ernest Carson, you want to say this? If I say it. Ernest Carson? There you go.
Oh, I can say, I don't think I need a mic. So I'm going to start this. I want to start talking to Mr. Fry and the rest of the 400 plus people that are in Congress, asking them to do one thing. And y'all. It's time for us, all of us, to do our job. Our job is to hold the representatives that we have sent to Washington to task. I'm asking for everybody to believe in one thing, not Russell Fry. I'm asking all of y'all to believe in the rule of law. In the 70s, there was a group called Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. They had the first number two hit, number one, was Wake Up Everybody. The song goes something like this. It's wake up everybody, no more sleeping in bed. No more backwards thinking. It's time to think ahead. The world has changed so very much from what it used to be. Yes. There is so much hatred, war, and poverty. Yes. Wake up all the teachers, it's time to teach a new way. But that's going to be hard to do without the Department of Education. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say. Wake up all of you doctors. I wrote it down. Wake up all you doctors. Time to make the old people well, like me. They're the ones who suffer and they catch all the hell. So that's why he put Mr. Kennedy in the Department of Health. He doesn't believe in smallpox vaccination. How did he make it? I mean, he got all his shots. We are not mad. I don't want to see Donald Trump impeached. I want y'all to know that. Because, guess what? If he's impeached, J.D. Vance is going to be good. And for those, I hope that there are no kids in this building right now. That's an old shit. The man has never had a job. So wake up, everybody. It's time for us to do our job. We're the ones that pay their salary.
Yes.
Somebody please tell me in this crowd, how much money does the U.S. government have? None. It's our money. It's our money. Wake up, everybody. There's another general question. I think we all could be from anybody. Why isn't Congress acting to ensure that the Bill of Rights are given to the executive branch? Another anonymous, so I get to read. Why isn't Congress acting to protect people who are legally in this country and are therefore protected by the Constitution? Congress should stand up and support the judiciary at all levels who are trying to uphold the Constitution. Okay. When will Congress exercise its duty to regulate commerce with foreign nations? Sarah. This is an open house. Why is the Democratic Party in favor of men playing and doing sports? Okay. Would you like to speak? Come on up.
I'm sort of backing up on what you said. 3 years ago, I had the privilege of meeting a veteran. I don't have any veterans in my family. I was born and raised in West Virginia, and we don't have a lot of military coming out of that state. But 3 years ago, I met a gentleman. May, he will be 88. He has no family in this city, in this state. He's got an older brother in Ohio. And at the Good Lord Hills, I'm taking him up there this summer to see his brother. He is a neighbor. He is a friend. And he's basically become like a father to me. I've been fatherless except for Jesus Christ in the last 10 years. I have learned so much about our military. about our veterans, what they did for us, what they do for us, and how we have turned our backs on them. Russell Fry would be here tonight because I have been messaging him on his Facebook page before the last election, and I know you represent him, you voted. This man, Russell Fry, I hadn't been on his Facebook page for probably 3 or 4 days. One Sunday, I was laying on the couch. I flipped the phone up to Russell Fry's page, and there was about 5 posts that I had missed, hadn't read. And so I responded. One, I never get ugly on Facebook. Never. I'm not a keyboard warrior. I'm a believer. And I'm going to say this, and it might upset some people, just like Vice President Harris. If you want to say it to my face. Put several comments on Russell's page about, tell me what you have actually done for our veterans. We have a lot of veterans in this county, a lot. And I know this now because when I take Mr. Reese out, every veteran stops and they speak to each other. They welcome each other home. What a support. It's like we have police officers, they have a brotherhood. These Vietnam veterans I remember Vietnam. I'm 68 years old. I remember Vietnam. So I made a comment to him on his Facebook page. I'm not going to say he is the one that answered. He may have people who reply to these comments. But I will never forget this. And I was so mad, even talking about it. This was almost 2 years ago. He said, lady, you need to find a hobby. My hobby is to get him out of office. This has got to stop. Out and vote. Stop this.
That was all the questions, unless someone wants to come up and do a question, please.
My name is Connie Wagner. I was a teacher for 37 years. I was also party. But I worry about, as a teacher, about holding history accountable and making sure that for all of your attention about the Department of Defense taking down Jackie Robinson from the website page, and the Native American Indian who raised the flag at Iwo Jima was taken off of the Pentagon page. I was in a rage. They seem to know nothing about it. So I said to my husband, well, what do I do now? I called Lindsay, Rand's office. Tim Scott's office. Nobody's telling me anything. So I said, I can't stop here. I walked around the house and what can I do? So I said, well, let me call the National VFW. Maybe they can help me out. So I called the National VFW in Washington, D.C. Well, they knew nothing about it either. So I said, okay. I said, well, what would you suggest that I do? So she said, well, call the local VFW. I said, okay. So I called the local VFW in Marl's Inlet. Well, I had to call back at a different time because they were drinking and having a great time. So I did call back. And the person had no idea that this was happening. And I was frustrated. I was so frustrated because I'm old. Okay, I'm old. I'm 76 years old. I remember John F. Kennedy when he ran for office. And as a 12-year-old, I went to Teterboro Airport, stood in the cold, and waited to catch a glimpse for him. As a 12-year-old, I was madly in love with John F. Kennedy. I had scrapbook pages, I followed him. And when he said, that's not what your country could do for you, you could do for your country, you know what? I believed him. And I said to my dad, who was an immigrant from Sicily, who fought in World War II, okay? And my uncle was in the same unit as the Native American. I was totally enraged because now I feel powerless. And I don't like that feeling. So when I come here and I see these people here, I don't feel powerless. We have to fight.
Any ladies something to say? You coming up? Does anyone else like to say something? If not, I have someone who would like to say something. Genesis, would you like to read your message?
Thank you all for coming this evening. It's amazing to see so many people here. And at the very least, I can say that this experience has been eye-opening. But I'm sure that you're wondering, what have we actually accomplished? Russell Fry didn't show up. He ignored us. He didn't even have enough respect for us to answer our invitation. And he openly lied to the Sun News about having ever received it. I was there. These are the hands that delivered it to his son. And you have to ask, why does he feel so comfortable to ignore us? Because Russell Fry knows that South Carolina is so incredibly gerrymandered that he smugly believes he doesn't need to worry about the next election. He assumes that his seat is guaranteed to him. And unless we mobilize in our district and across the great state of South Carolina, he will be right. The Trump regime is still intact. It still continues its assault on our rights to information, bodily autonomy, and to freely vote in fair elections.
Amen.
Our social security, healthcare, and education infrastructure is still being ripped away from us. Yes, this has been a wonderful moment of catharsis. We've run off the steam. But did this moment matter? The answer, my friends, is clearly and deeply yes. We have done the most powerful thing that we can do, We have found each other. We have made ourselves known to our community as well as to whomever has watched us live stream this event. And most importantly, we have signaled our courage and camaraderie and our love for our fellow Americans. Where do we go from here? I have a hard truth to speak to you today. There will be no return to what we've come to think of as normal. When Donald Trump leaves office, and he will have to leave office one way or another, our lives in our country will not simply reset to 2024. In light of that truth, I now have a hard question. Do we really want it to go back to the status quo that was 2024? 2024 saw economic growth, yes, but by show of hands, how many of you in this room felt that that economy was working for you?
Yeah.
I saw a lot of hands. I saw some hands stay down. I didn't feel it was working for me. Now by show of hands. Yes, it was getting better. It absolutely was getting better. But millennials, we didn't feel it. By show of hands, how many of you felt or truly believe that Washington considered your interests and needs in 2024? And I don't just mean Joe Biden. I mean Washington. I don't see any hands. I see a half hand. I see two half hands. Me neither. If we look around this room, I have no doubt that there are people among us who have had to work multiple jobs just to make ends meet. There is someone in this room who has walked through their entire adult life without access to health care. There is someone in this room who has been disenfranchised by our broken justice system, our contaminated food system, our housing system in crisis, the heroin epidemic, and on it goes. So it seems like just maybe we are all united in the idea that something has been going fundamentally wrong in our country. Maybe Washington, Democrats and Republicans alike, forgot about we, the people. Look, I'm no more unique or special than anyone in this room, but I want to share my story because I think it says a lot about the modern American experience. I am the daughter of a teenage mother who was pressured to keep me despite her being in middle school and her being wholly unable to care for me. My brother and I are the product of sexual assault. My mother did her best, but even she will say, if you ask her today, that teenagers should not be forced into motherhood. And is still a living victim of the heroin epidemic. The first non-relative who fathered me was a black man who lived down the street, whose name was Leon Green, who died when I was in first grade. His daughters, my best friends at the time, were left orphaned as their mother had died when they were even younger. At the age of 14, I experienced homelessness for the first time. And still, I was somehow determined that I was going to go to college. It didn't matter how bad things were. It didn't matter where I stood or what my perspective. You were not going to tell me that the American dream was not mine. Amen. And I did. I slept in my car. I worked full-time overnight shifts. I couch surfed and I relied on the kindness of friends to complete 3 degrees, often on the honor roll of the dean's list. Thank you for your applause. It does sound like a success story. But I paid By the time I was finished with college, I was burnt out, an anxious wreck, and $70,000 in debt that I had no way to repay. In short, I was on the verge of a nervous breakdown. I was so sick. So, I did what an American would do. I started a business. I started a business doing what I love, which is teaching music to children and singing songs. Would you say I did it right? Would you say I pulled myself up by my bootstraps? I mean, it felt like it. But every step of the way, I tackled tremendous obstacles between me and my American dream. There's absolutely no way that I could have succeeded without access to public education, public health care, you can not provide food stamps or access to public libraries. There is no way I would have accomplished that without that public education. And even with those things, it was nearly impossible. Imagine what my life could have looked like in an America that afforded me the same dignity of life all other developed countries offer their working class. Imagine what my life could have been with access to universal health care, affordable education, living wages, and a wealthy class that paid their fair share in taxes. 2 years ago, a 6-year-old boy came into my life, whose mother is yet another living victim of the heroin epidemic. I am amazed and proud that he has adopted me as his mommy. Imagine what his life will look like without any of the social infrastructure that saved me. Imagine what his life will look like if Donald Trump completes Project 2025. My American dream of upward mobility has frozen. My earnings don't keep up with the cost of raising my adopted son. I can't even afford to legally adopt him, even though I have adopted him in every other way. His father and I pay hundreds of dollars out of pocket for health care. And we never go to the doctor unless it seems like an emergency. I have to weigh the cost of food against the cost of continuing to invest in my home, my business, or my community. Planning for retirement? What is that? Is this the America we learned about in school?
No.
Are we the people, the kind of people, who place the personal profit of the few, cruelty, boastfulness, and manipulation above dignity, integrity, honesty, and loving our fellow man? Did we forget the baseline virtue of sharing with our countrymen? Is this who we are? Is this who we want to be?
With the world!
I spoke a hard truth earlier, that there is no reset button for our democracy. But I believe something even better can be on its way. I believe that if we foster the community we have right here in this room, if we do not allow ourselves to be divided by our gender, religious beliefs, the color of our skin, socioeconomic background, or by who we love, or by who we voted for, then we have the most exciting opportunity of our lifetime to build the America we want to live in, the America we dream of the people, by the people, and for the people. I hope and believe that many of us are starting to see that Democrat or Republican does not matter as much much as fellow Americans. As for me, I don't care if you voted for Democrats. I don't care if you voted for Republicans. You are my fellow Americans and I love you. You are the authors of our shared American and shared human experience. You are the builders, you are the stewards, the teachers, the mothers, the fathers, the sons, the daughters, the servicemen, and the free thinkers. You are America. You are the heart of her reinvention. And if we stick together, love will win. Thank you.
Well, it was beautifully said. I think every one of us is touched. And every one of us identified with something. I want to thank each and every one of you attending tonight, for sharing your thoughts, your emotions. I can feel it in this room. And we'll keep on fighting to keep America. America. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.